watercolor painting. We're attempting to paint two clear glasses, and you know, we were painting this thing for a long time, but I just I don't even know where to go with this thing. Maybe it's done. I don't know. I got this tape here. Let's take the tape off, see what happens. I was thinking maybe paint like, you know, rope like you see in the you know, ocean scene often. I thought maybe you could paint like, you know, I thought about like yarn or, wait, that's stuck on there. Okay, let's see what happens. I really regret this tape there, but whatever, it's on there. And so let's see if we got a win thanks to the tape being. Oh, it looks like you could be looking out a window. That's an idea, I guess. So how about that? It could be like you're looking out a window. I don't know. Anyway, then I was thinking like if it could be red yarn, or you know, a really riveting depiction of that gray rope that you see. You know, that really thick rope they have at the sea, maritime theme stuff. Well, anyway, and so that's what's up with that. Anyway, so also my current uh, thing here is on hot press. I think I'm going to just put a couple of pieces of tape to keep it flat. Let me see if there's like a start here with the there it is. Okay. Hmm. Not really flying off the. Okay, here we go. So grab these little corners. There's probably a better way to do that that the pros do, but this is called watercolor painting when you don't know what you're doing, but you do it anyway. Anyway, so I did the first bunch of stuff with I guess a number 14 brush. It was working out pretty good. Maybe I should continue with a number 14. Why not? I don't know. And here, I don't know what's happening there. Why, you know, it'd be good is to get a background of some kind. It's a big brush, uh, $60 brush that, okay, I'm gonna go with a, like a cool gray, very watered down to try to get a background painted here. That's pretty. And I see the pros using this kind of brush all the time. I don't know if that's the bottom of our thing. See it right here. And oh, it looks like maybe we got some cat hair involved here. And go a little more blue here. Looks more green than blue, but whatever. We're just trying to get a background established because you know, get some paint everywhere would be better than not having paint everywhere. I guess a little bit in the middle there. Okay. And that looks pretty horrible, but whatever. We can definitely say for sure we got some paint happening in there. I'll put some blue right here. That's one thing we run into problems with a lot with real-time watercolor painting. Not that I see any around here as show as an example, but you know, nothing worse than a made-up background, right? And try to get a little bit more blue up here, which is looking half green and not blue. There's another cat hair. Gotta love those cats, right? And looks pretty good, I guess. I don't know. Green is not really the good color, but whatever. I really got to familiarize myself with this brush because I see the pros are using that kind of brush all the time. Here, I'm just going to bounce some of this stuff out. We'll have like an uninteresting texture that hopefully you could just say there's more than meets the eye in this background. There's our cat hair, there's the other cat hair. All right, good enough, I guess. And now let's go back to the number 14 brush. And hey, I can't pronounce your name, but thank you for the compliment and the greeting. Look, I got a thumbs up. How's that? Great, great. So here, you know, it's funny too. The background is kind of cream colored, but our background is not cream colored. Isn't that an interesting little aspect here? I got this one color which is called. Oh, that's not it. Oh, it's at work. A Daniel Smith color called something. I forgot what now, but it's kind of like white and a little creamy. Anyway, if I had that, we could paint the background with that. Let's jump back into the pear and see if we can get some kind of depth and circumstance happening with the pear. There's a green palette, or it's got a lot of green blue. Let's see about grabbing a green here. And then let's get, this is Hansa yellow here. Hi, Katie. Thank you very much for the compliment. And hey, Lauren and Kat, thank you. That's awfully nice of you to say. Okay, so here we're trying to just get ourselves a good green with some, I'm going to grab some of this. This is called Rust, which is like a fluorescent color that is similarly yellow there. That had some pop now. And we get some more of the Hansa yellow happening. And we're just going to try to add some luster to the pear. Ready? Here goes. Oh, that doesn't look like I expected, but whatever. Looks pretty good. I think we're well on the way to adding luster to the pear right now. Look at that, huh? And here I want to get some better, I'm going to get a hint of cadmium yellow in there. This is the, oh no, that's not it. I just had the yellow palette. Oh, here it is. The yellow palette has a bunch of yellow on it. So I'm going to grab a little cadmium yellow, which is what that is. And let's just mix it with this little reddish thing. Because they say don't use colors straight from the tube. And let's see if we get a, okay, that looks pretty good, right? And is there anywhere else on the pear that has this kind of almost leaning orange color? No, maybe right there. Let's just try and put some right there. I'm gonna go a little more rich on the cadmium yellow, and let's go right here. Ready? Here it goes. Okay. All right, I'm tempted to go up here, but I don't like to have anything that looks like a line on the painting. That here, I think what we're gonna do is try to take out a highlight right there. Let's see what happens. This is Arch's hot press, and I can't remember what happens when you try to take out a highlight. So let's find out and refresh the memory. So right here, which is right there, I'm just rubbing that with, you know, watered down paint, the same color we just had, and just rubbing it because, you know, as we rub it, hopefully it's going to disintegrate some of that paint, and boom, wow, we got a highlight there. That looks great. Oh, now I'm getting, I'm a freak for the highlight. I want another one right here. Rubbing this in a circle because that would be good. There's kind of like a highlight there. Not really a highlight, but an area which is lighter than the stuff around it. Oh, wow, look at that. That's a luminescent highlight. And then down here, you see this one is cutting into this little shadow we got down here. So let's just rub that in a little bit, and we're gonna see about pulling out one little more on there. Okay, boom, we got it. All Um, Speaking of the cream color, you know, I think I'm going to try to make a cream color to paint the background and get a little bit more richness in the background. So um, I hardly ever paint white, and but this is Artist Loft white, and same here. And let's see if we can. I was looking at the Daniel Smith white. You know, all my paint is Daniel Smith except this white. I was looking at the Daniel Smith white and thinking, should I spend 15 bucks on the Daniel Smith white? And I looked it up. Is Daniel Smith white any better than, golden white or any of the other brands? And I did not get a definitive answer. So anyway, we're gonna just take a grab of a little bit of that. And this is a time when we would want to have a clean area to mix color. I guess this is sort of clean. I don't remember why. On rare occasions, I want to have a clean area to mix color. That looks pretty good. And let's get a little bit of this here, which is, I just want just a touch of that in there. Let me see if we have any of that there. Okay. Getting ourselves a nice creamy, almost white here. So there. Okay, let's see what that looks like, because I want to get some color inside the glass. So let's see if we can just go. We're gonna go right here. And it's like right there. And then we want that in the background. I'm leaving a space around this object here, the pear, because, okay, let's see about this. I'm just going to mix some water in and get it to sort of fade out, because we want a subtle thing happening. So here, I'll get on the other side of the stem. I don't want any of this, background stuff to, apparently end so anywhere, such as right there where that stem is. It has to kind of float into nothing. I'm going to come up tight on this stem, leaving that space there. And here, well, this is just right in between the glass. There's just a hint of background peeking through right here. And let's just get a little bit right here for continuity. And might as well get a little over here. And this could come down. And now let's get, here we're very watered down, but I just want to come out on this side. Okay, and here we would hopefully blend this out. Okay, and then this should, I don't want this, and that's sort of weird the way that looks there. Okay, grab a little bit more of the. And I guess we got some, should hit this little area too, just a slight bit here. And this side, why not? Okay, looks fine. I mean, I guess let's go a little deeper and come down here. And, that's weird, but, it could be kind of like some kind of reflection of the the pear. I'm going to blot that up so it's as subtle as possible. You know, I don't really like that down there at all, but blot it up, it should be very subtle. Okay. All right, that's cool. It's kind of, sort of, not really. Let's try to go right here a little more with a little bit more richness, and I guess we kind of sort of have a bit more luminosity in the background now. Get that rounded off. There's another cat hair. And I don't want any weird shapes here. Okay, well, we got a background going, don't we? Hey, I'm Shakhar. Hi to you. Wow, 4 thumbs up. Thanks so much, everybody. That's great. Thank you so much. All right. So, great. We got a little background. This thing should really melt into the pear a little more. Here, let's try to get a little more here. Right here. We missed a spot. Get a little in there. Wow. All right. The background. Boom. Appreciate 4 thumbs up. Now let's see. I'm going to grab some almost that color, but I guess we're going to make more white. And I want to get the base of the glass, get it with the program. Let's see here.
It is very cold out there.
They're saying it's cold outside. Okay. And this again, I want that so subtle, so I'm just going to blot out most of it, but it's going to leave a little stain there, so cool. And I guess we just have a touch right here, but let's not just to get a touch on there. Okay, and here, I don't know, it's kind of dark. I'm just going to put water, this whole area. And hopefully we can make that whole area a lot more subtle. A subtle nuance instead of a bold color. And it's not really getting much more subtle. I guess we're going to have to live with this degree of subtlety. So that should technically dry. How about we just bounce this out of the way and start thinking about this seascape once again. And this is the reference. Oh my God, that's the reference for the seascape. And I just dropped something. What was that? Holy cow. One project that was supposed to be, coming up was a little organization at the, in this area, but, there's an urgency to, attempting to paint the real-time watercolor paintings. What is that? Is that like a charcoal? Oh yeah, look at that. My little thing go now. I don't know where all the great art supplies were. Oh, hold on. Stop looking, I found it. Ta-da. Okay, well, maybe that wasn't such a great place to put that. Do you ever go to the Michaels or something and just find a bunch of stuff that you absolutely need? That's what happened, and that's why I'm overrun with various art supplies. All right, so we're going to try to see about this, and